Hey you guys, it's your girl T, and I want to go ahead and shout out at Rare Black Rose. At Rare Black Rose and a lot of other folks have been wanting me to do a video about the whole Dencia situation and also about the whole Nya Lee situation. So these were topics that we had talked about on my Facebook page. So let me go ahead and talk about Dencia first. So Dencia is a Cameroonian artist, but she also claims Nigeria as well. And basically in recent months, her skin has gotten lighter and lighter. So now she's promoting a new skin bleaching product. It's called lhhny. She has a website. She's the spokesperson for that skin bleaching product. And a lot of folks are really upset. If you look at her before and after pictures, she looks totally different. A lot of folks are going in on her, including Cola Both and a lot of people on Twitter. But Dencia doesn't care. All she sees is dollar signs. And she's telling everybody thank you for the promotions. So I just find the whole situation just nuts. You know, we talked about this tonight on Blog Talk Radio. We've also talked about this on my Facebook page. You know, I'm to the point now where I get so tired of the selective outrage and I get so tired of the hypocrisy on the internet and especially in the black community. You know, I can understand and I see why a lot of girls feel like lightening their skin is the way to go because of how much we praise lighter skinned women, lighter skinned celebrities, and how we act like because somebody's light skinned all of a sudden they're not black. And so I understand how that can take a toll on a lot of darker skinned girls. But to me, this is not the way to go. Some folks say, well, what's the big deal? It's no different from perming your hair or wearing contacts. She wants to change her skin, so what? You know, and I understand that argument too. My only issue is with the whole skin bleaching thing is that it's not proven to be safe. There's a lot of chemicals that they put in these bleaches that can come back to affect you in the long run. And then plus you're killing your melanin. And a lot of black folks don't understand the importance of our melanin, how it protects us, and how other races are literally, you know, studying our melanin. They're studying it because melanin is such a powerful compound and folks don't realize that, and we're steadily bleaching it and killing each other. We're ruining black melanin every single day as we speak. Literally a war on melanated people, and it's sad. You know, and I'm sad that Dencia would promote this, especially being an African woman as myself. But like I've told you on previous videos, this is nothing new in Nigeria and in Africa. This is what a lot of people do. A lot of people just bleach their skin. I have several relatives, you know, that I grew up with that were dark skinned when I was growing up, and now that I'm grown, they are light skinned. They're, you know, lighter than Rihanna, lighter than, you know, Nicki Minaj. So this is nothing new to me. This is definitely a cultural thing. For whatever reason, a lot of us were raised that, you know, light skin is better and things will be easier for you if you're lighter. You can get a man and more people will be attracted to you. And so this is how I was raised. This is stuff that I heard growing up. Not necessarily raised like that in my household, but this is stuff that I saw. You know, I saw the hypocrisy where people would tell me to love my brown skin, all the while bleaching their skin and becoming lighter and lighter before my eyes. You know, telling me that, oh, I'm pretty. I'm a pretty dark-skinned girl, but for whatever reason, you don't see yourself as pretty because you're bleaching your skin. So these were the complexes I grew up with as a kid. You know, this is the shit that I saw in my own family. When I felt self-conscious about being dark-skinned, these same women who were bleaching their skin would tell me that I was pretty and that I shouldn't feel self-conscious, but yet and still they didn't like what they saw in the mirror. So I understand the whole bleaching thing because I was raised around bleachers. I was raised around this culture. So I definitely understand it, you know, but it speaks volumes though. What you guys don't realize is that, you know, Dencia is promoting this product. So I can't even get mad at her so much for promoting the product because all she can do is just say, hey, here goes a product, buy it and it lightens your skin in 7 days. Do you guys realize that her product sold out within 24 hours? Her product is selling between $80 and $150 and within 24 hours it was sold out. So this is a bigger issue than Dencia. This speaks on our self-hate. This also speaks on the fact of colorism, how we think that certain skin tones and certain complexions have it easier in life when that's not necessarily true. I know a lot of light-skinned girls who went through a lot of shit growing up. You know, and like I've said before in other videos, we would sit and take time to get to know each other instead of assuming, oh, because she's light-skinned, she thinks she's all that and she's never had to struggle. You never know anybody's struggle. You know, at the end of the day, we're all black. But it says a lot about us as a people. You know, it's easy to attack the messenger. It's easy to go off on Dencia and say, you know, you're a self-hating bitch and how dare you promote this. But nobody's looking at the big picture. It's sold out in 24 hours. 24 hours. She will not be restocked until January 10th. And there are back orders. So this situation is real. Colorism is real. You know, and like I said before, I just feel like the internet is just full of hypocrites. You know, so many times when we go on different websites like Madame Noir and, you know, other sites that promote, you know, black women and black womanhood, and when they have lists about the most beautiful black women, let's say the top 10 beautiful black women, everybody on that list, 9 times out of 10, is light skinned, hazel eyes, more European features, long weave. So we want black women to look at themselves as beautiful, but then black blogs, and I'm not knocking Madame Noir, I'm not knocking any blog, because it's not just them. You know, I can say Vibe, I can say CNN, I can say Maxim, so it's not just them. So it's no slight towards their site, because I love her website. But what I'm saying is that so many times we look at the standard of black beauty is somebody who has European features. You know, brown skin with European features. Halle Berry is biracial, but yet and still people consider her the most beautiful black woman in the world. We can't have our cake and eat it too. We can't expect girls who don't look anything like these women not to feel some type of way. And this goes on to my next topic, because a lot of folks want me to address the whole Nya Lee situation. And so for those of y'all who don't know who Nya Lee is, I feel like I am at home. I can kick back and relax. How y'all doing? Okay, so for those of y'all who don't know who Nya Lee is the chick from Love and Hip Hop New York. And I like Nya Lee because Nya Lee is one of the few people who can put Erica Mena in her place. None of the girls run up on Nya Lee. When Nya Lee says something crazy, all the chicks just kind of fall back. Keep telling y'all, don't mess with no chick with keloid scars because she's not scared to fight. So Nya Lee goes hard. Now, what I liked about Nya Lee is that a few weeks ago, she was on Vlad TV, basically talking to Vlad and telling people about the dangers of butt injections and how she had got butt injections when she was 18 years old. Nya Lee is now 22 years old, and she was basically saying that she doesn't know where the stuff that they injected to her, she doesn't know if it's still there, where it went, and she was just hoping that she didn't die and everything else. So I respected her. Like, you know, I'm glad finally somebody's being honest and saying that they had butt injections and not saying that they were just born like that. K. Michelle, Jocelyn, and all these other girls who clearly have fake asses but swear up and down that it's theirs. So she was being honest about it. But then yesterday, she decides to post a video on World Star Hip Hop where she is literally butt naked. In this video, you can see everything from the Rudy to the Tootie. And she has the doctor basically liposuctioning her stomach and her sides, and they're injecting fat into her buttocks. That's another way that people are getting a bigger butt, is that they're taking fat from their flanks and from their stomachs and they're injecting into their backside. Now, that's a safer method, but there's still a lot of complications that can be had. You can still get pulmonary embolisms. There's a lot of things that can happen to you. And she's basically telling girls to come on down to this doctor's office and get liposuction and get it injected into your butt so you can have a nice video vixen shape.
Hi, everybody. As an advocate for a woman with beautiful curves, I want everyone to come to Dr. Shaheen and get your liposuction, get your butt lift, get anything that you think on your body is, you know, not so perfect and you want to change. He's the perfect doctor to come to and change any flaw that you may think you have. So everybody come down, get your consultation, and change whatever little flaw that you may think you have. And he's the best doctor to do it with.
Nya, would you allow us to show people your body and to post these videos on YouTube for everybody to see?
Yes, I want you guys to see that I'm totally comfortable with everyone knowing that I definitely went through plastic surgery, and the best doctor to do it with is Dr. Shaheen.
So this video will be on YouTube and people will be seeing you.
Yes.
And knowing your intimate secrets.
Yeah, no. It's 2013. It's the year of plastic surgery.
Okay.
So,
can we show them the curves that you got?
Girls,
yes.
just thought the whole situation was sad. Like, I expected better from her because 3 weeks ago, she was telling girls not to do the illegal, you know, not to do the illegal butt injections, but then fast forward 3 weeks, you're telling girls to go inject their butts. You know, it's not cool. You're telling women that there's something wrong with them. What's wrong with just being slim? What's wrong with not having a big old ass? Not every black girl out there has a big ass. I've seen some black women who are straight up shaped like SpongeBob SquarePants. So not every black woman has this, you know, voluptuous, you know, video vixen figure. And I think because these images are being put out there, a lot of people expect that. So then when they see regular girls who are just, you know, just either tall and slim or don't have a big, you know, donkey booty, they think that there's something wrong with them, or, you know, why don't you look like this girl, or why don't you look like that girl? And it's like the average girl just has a, you know, pretty proportionate shape. They're not 36 double D, 24-inch waist and a 40-inch ass. That's not how most women are shaped. So I think that that's really screwing the image of how a woman's body should be. You know, and it's not to knock Nya Lee, it's not to knock Dencia, because at the end of the day, like I said, I feel like there's a lot of hypocrisy. So many times we will go in on a woman like Rihanna. I've heard people say, you know, she's cute, but she doesn't have enough ass. She's too skinny. Same thing with Kelly Rowland. She's cute, but you know, she ain't got enough ass. She's too thin. But then in the same breath, once a girl decides to get her ass injected, now everybody wants to go in on Nya Lee and talk shit. But these same people who talk shit about Nya Lee, who's being honest about her butt injections, have no problem bigging up Blac Chyna. They have no problem bigging up Kim Kardashian, who herself has had fat transfer surgery, even though she lies about it. They have no problem boosting up K. Michelle, and now these other girls who have the same exact shape. So it's like, which one is it? Are we going to sit here and knock people who are honest and saying, you know what, yes, I'm getting fat injected into my ass, big deal. Are we going to turn around and knock them, but then turn around and praise the Kim Kardashians, the Amber Roses, and everybody else who have that shape? Now, if it's your shape naturally, that's one thing, but most of these girls are not naturally shaped like that. Most women do not have a 24-inch waist and then a 40-inch ass. That's not a normal proportion for the average women. Some women have it, don't get me wrong. There are a few women who do have it, but for the majority of women, most women don't have that. Most women's waists are anywhere between 26 to 28 inches on average. You know, you have some girls who have a smaller waist, but usually if you have a smaller waist, you also have smaller hips and a smaller butt. You're not going to have a smaller waist and then a big old, you know, ghetto booty. That's usually not how, you know, genetics works. So I just think that once we stop being hypocrites, once we stop putting certain people on a pedestal as far as their shape, the way they look, their Eurocentric features, then maybe some of the so-called self-hate will stop. Then maybe people will stop feeling the need to have to go out and get breast implants and get butt injections and try and look like a video vixen. You know, because I think that's the saddest part, that I think a lot of young girls just have a warped sense of reality of what it is to be beautiful or what it is to be natural. Now, I'm a grown woman, and it took me a long time to appreciate my body for what it was, to appreciate my skin tone for what it was, to appreciate my hair, and a lot of that just came with age. So I couldn't imagine being the ages of like 14 to 22 in this day and age, when you're bombarded with images of girls who look like Erica Mena and girls who look like Nya Lee, who clearly have fake butts, little waists, breast implants, and everything else, and you're just sitting here looking like your own plain Jane natural self. I can definitely see how that's a complex for a lot of young girls. I think once we stop putting women who look like that on a pedestal, then you're not going to have a bunch of young girls running out to go bleach their skin, running out to go get butt implants, to go get breast implants and everything else, because a lot of people want to get mad, but a lot of girls are doing this because they think that that's what a guy wants. They're doing this to get attention from guys. And you can say, well, no, they're also doing it to, you know, to make other girls jealous. Yeah, some girls are, but at the end of the day, they want to get a guy. They want a guy who loves them. They want to get a guy that's going to be attracted to them, and they feel like in order to get that guy, they have to look a certain type of way. They have to be light skinned. They have to have the blonde weave, the contacts. They have to have the video vixen shape, and that's not necessarily true. And for most people, most guys don't like that. But again, it's the hypocrisy. You know, guys say they don't like it, but then in the same breath, they'll big up a video vixen before they big up a regular girl with the regular shape. So I just think it's just kind of sad that there's just so many, you know, misconstrued images of what beauty is, especially black beauty. And I think a lot of us just need to literally log off the internet and go onto the real world and see what real people look like. And stop beating yourself up and stop trying to compare yourself or make yourself look more like the European standard of beauty, or look like some type of standard of beauty that somebody decided to create in a magazine. At the end of the day, there's nothing wrong with just being yourself and loving yourself. Trust me, I know it's easier said than done, but as you get older, you will come into yourself. And if anybody wants you to look a certain way, they feel like you need to be lighter skin or have a bigger ass or breast implants in order for you to fit their idea of what it is to be beautiful, that's something that you don't need in your life. Regardless if it's a male, a female, a friend, a cousin, if that's what they deem is beautiful on you, you don't need them. Because anybody who loves and cares about you will accept you for who and what you naturally are. Let me know your thoughts on this whole situation concerning Dencia and Nya Lee. And then how do you feel about the hypocrisy of society? You know, how we'll put certain women on a pedestal and say that they're beautiful, but then when other women turn around and try and emulate those women that are considered the standard of beauty, we get mad and we knock them and we tear them down. So let me know your thoughts. All right, deuces.